Hi everyone, I spent the last few days with my family, my brother, his wife, and my two nephews. They came to Belek for their vacation, and I live in Alanya, so I decided to go and spend some time with them. And in this vlog, I want to show you the whole trip. I filmed all these beautiful moments, especially for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this video because I honestly tried my best to capture everything. So let's start. First, I went to the bus station in Alanya. It was actually my first time there. I decided to travel from Alanya to Belek by bus, and of course, I filmed a little bit of the bus station and the bus itself, so I will show you what it looks like. The trip from Alanya to Belek takes only about 2 hours by bus, so there is really no reason to fly, and as you can see, the buses between cities in Turkey are actually pretty clean and comfortable. First, I arrived in Serik. From Serik to Belek, it takes around 30 minutes. Taxis here can be quite expensive, so I decided to take a dolmuş instead. A dolmuş is basically a small local bus that you can use to travel around the city and nearby areas. I took the dolmuş and got off somewhere near a park. Honestly, I didn't really know exactly where I was going. I was just checking Google Maps and trying to figure out how close I was to the hotel. In the end, I still had to take a taxi for the rest of the way. I paid 600 Turkish lira for the taxi, but it was still much better than taking a taxi all the way from Serik to the hotel, because that would have cost me maybe about twice as much. So technically, I saved some money. And by the way, the bus from Alanya to Serik cost 350 lira. Finally, I arrived at the hotel where my brother and his family were staying, and I also checked in as their guest. Everything there was all-inclusive. Actually, this was my first time staying at a 5-star ultra all-inclusive hotel, and that's kind of crazy because I lived in Turkey for 4 years. I have visited different cities. I have been to Dubai 4 times, and I have traveled to Georgia, Batumi, Tbilisi, so I have traveled quite a bit, but somehow I had never had this kind of experience before. A 5-star hotel where basically everything is included, and the hotel was huge. I was honestly shocked when I saw how big it was. It wasn't a new hotel, but it was very big and comfortable, and the amount of food they had was crazy. There were so many different options.
Пить хочет сильно.
show you some of the breakfast and dinners we had. I didn't film absolutely everything, especially at dinner, but I filmed enough to give you an idea of what the food was like. Разные. Так. And because it was my first all-inclusive experience, I ate so much. It wasn't just breakfast, lunch and dinner. There were snacks during the day, drinks, tried little alcohol, basically everything. Trust me, you are definitely not going to be hungry there. It was a really interesting experience for me. But I also realized something. For me, a 5-star all-inclusive hotel probably means a few extra kilos, definitely. I think all-inclusive hotels makes a lot of sense when you travel as a family, especially when you have kids. But if you are traveling alone with your husband or with your boyfriend personally, I don't think you really need all-inclusive. With kids, so yes, I totally understand it. We spent some time swimming in the pool, and the hotel was also very close to the beach, so of course we went swimming in the sea too. The next day my brother rented a car for 3 days. Originally we wanted to visit Kash, Kaputaj and then Alanya, but we changed our plans a little because doing everything in one day was just impossible. So first we went to Kaputaj beach. And guys, it was unbelievably beautiful. Seriously, it looked like something from a Bounty commercial. The water, the beach, the view, everything was absolutely beautiful. There were a lot of people, so And there was one thing I really didn't like: parking. There were so many cars that we had to park pretty far away. Then we had to walk in the heat to get to Kaputaş. And after that, you have to walk all the way down the stairs to the beach. So many stairs in the heat. Honestly, for me, going there once is enough. I definitely recommend seeing it at least once because it's really beautiful. But the second or third time, sorry, probably not for me. Walking in the heat, going all the way down the stairs, and then having to climb all the way back up. No, thank you. And the waves were pretty strong too. For me, it's one of those places that I'm happy I visited and saw with my own eyes, but I don't think I would go there a second time. Maybe very active people enjoy that kind of things, but for me, vacation means relaxing. I don't want to exhaust myself. I want to relax, enjoy myself, and do whatever I feel like doing without making everything difficult. So all the stairs and walking in the heat are definitely not my favorite part of vacation, but still, if you have never been to Kaputaş, I recommend going to at least once. It really is beautiful. After Kaputaş, we stopped in Kaş, and Kaş was so beautiful too. We walked around the little streets, and some parts honestly reminded me of a small Italian town. The center itself isn't very big, but it's really nice to just walk around, explore the little streets, take pictures, and enjoy the atmosphere.
Fresh. Granada mix or okay. Those are fruit. Orange and mango and not water inside. Yeah? I make mango smoothie. Ice, mango, yogurt, and I mix it some sauce, mix smoothie. Yogurt, mango, sauce, ice, making mix.
Okay. How much?
Which one?
Huh?
This is orange 150.
Милая. Кися такая. Давай, давай.
Так, успокоились.
Ой, я помню, ты мне здесь когда надо было закрыть,
Huh?
А мы живем вот здесь. Мы вот так сейчас поедем.
Где не поснимаешь, везде красиво, да?
Да.
Нет, черепашки, они не кусаются. Только акула кусается.
How?
Может, ты спросишь у людей, где это находится? Нердисы. Вот. Вот.
Personally, I think 2 or 3 days in Kash would be enough. In 2 or 3 days, you can explore the town, see the main places, take lots of pictures, and just enjoy it without rushing. So, for me, Kaputaj maybe a few hours or half a day, Kash 2 or 3 days. And yes, I definitely think both are worth visiting. While we were in Kash, my brother's wife bought a really beautiful bracelet. It cost 1,200 lira. And honestly, the jewelry there looked different from what we had seen in Belek or Alanya. We hadn't seen bracelet like this anywhere else. We only found this style in Kash. It's custom jewelry, not really gold or anything like that, but it was still really, really beautiful. The views, the beautiful little streets in Kash, it's really such a beautiful places to visit. I definitely recommend it. Anyway, let's continue. By the time we finished walking around Kash, it was already getting dark. It was late, the kids were tired, and honestly, we were tired too. So we decided to drive back to Belek, get some sleep, and then leave for Alanya the next morning. And I'm really glad we made that decision instead of trying to do everything in one day. The next morning, of course, we had an amazing breakfast, all-inclusive. It's dangerous, guys. Breakfast, ice cream, coffee, drinks, everything. We ate, we drank, we even took some things with us for the road, and then we left for Alanya. It took us about 2 hours to drive from Belek to Alanya. The drive was really nice and it felt pretty quick, and I was really happy that we decided to go back to Belek sleep and come to Alanya the next day instead of trying to drive there the same night. When we arrived in Alanya, I even saw some places that I had never seen before, even though I have already been living here for about months. Alanya isn't a huge city, of course, but my brother's wife, and even the kids really liked it. They came to my apartment, and the kids literally didn't want to leave. Of course, they went swimming in the pool and they really enjoyed staying at my places.
Раз, два, три.
They also liked Alanya. Before coming here, they thought Alanya was just a very small tourist town with not much going on. But they were actually surprised. Alanya feels much more like a real city than they expected, and there are actually a lot of things to do here. Personally, I really like Alanya.
Осторожно. Классно, да?
I think living here for 2 or 3 months is great, but living here permanently, I'm not sure. Of course, everyone is different, but personally, I prefer bigger cities like Ankara or Istanbul, where you have more people, more things happening, and more of community. Anyway, what was I talking about? Let's continue. So we arrived in Alanya, and first we went to my apartment. We ate something, changed our clothes, rested a little, and then went back out to explore the city. We walked around for a while, and we also needed to exchange some money, so we found an exchange office. After that, we came back to home and went swimming in the pool in the evening. And honestly, swimming at night is a completely different vibe. I showed them the pool, we spent some time there, and they really enjoyed it. After swimming, we went back into the city because we wanted to eat something. We really wanted some simple light soup, maybe chicken soup or lentil soup, but surprisingly it was really difficult to find. Most restaurants only had one soup of the day, and almost everywhere it was tomato soup, and I didn't want tomato soup. Nobody wanted tomato soup. We just wanted some simple chicken soup or at least lentil soup. So we walked around for quite a while trying to find a place. Eventually, we just sat down somewhere and ate there, and actually the food was really good. After that, we went back home. They stayed at my places for the night. The next morning, we went back into the city again. We walked around the little streets and bazaars because they wanted to buy a few things, some souvenirs and little gifts for our mom and other family members. We also went to Cleopatra Beach, so I will show you some videos from there too. We walked around, ate and had some drinks and just spent our last few hours together. And then it was time for them to leave. They drove me back home, dropped me off and left. And I went inside. And suddenly I felt so sad. I don't know how to explain it. I walked into my apartment and it suddenly felt so empty and quiet. For the last few days there had always been someone around me. The kids were making noisy, we were talking, laughing and going somewhere, doing something, and then suddenly there was nobody, just me. I was alone again with myself, my thoughts, and all the things I have been worrying about, and I started crying. I felt really lonely and really sad. Honestly, I didn't expect to feel like that. I wasn't even very hungry, but I decided to order some food. I knew I should probably save money, but at that moment I just didn't care. I ordered some food, got myself a non-alcoholic beer, opened YouTube, watched some videos, and just tried to distract myself. I didn't really do anything productive that day, and I think I needed that. I just needed some time to feel what I was feeling. That's basically how I spent the day after they left. And what surprised me the most was I became usually I'm not really like that. I'm the kind of person who can let people go quite easily. I don't usually get very attached to people. Even with family, I can say goodbye, leave, go somewhere else and continue with my life. So these feelings were unusual for me. I don't know why it hit me so hard this time. Maybe I just haven't felt something like this for a very long time, but yesterday I really felt it, and today I finally got myself together, turned on the camera, and decided to tell you about it. And I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I really tried to film as much as I could and show you this little trip and these moments with my family. Right now I'm at the point in my life where I'm still trying to figure things out. At the moment my brother and my mom helped me, and of course I'm very grateful for that. I have another YouTube channel that makes some money, but it's still not enough for me to fully support myself. And then I have this channel, and sometimes I honestly ask myself, why am I doing this? Why am I filming this video and uploading them when almost nobody watched them? I put time and effort into them, but I don't really see any results yet. And sometimes it feels like I'm doing all of this for nothing, but at the same time, I understand that things don't happen overnight, subscribers don't come overnight, income doesn't come overnight, building something takes time. So I keep uploading. Right now I'm just at this stage of my life where I'm trying to understand myself and figure out what I want to do next. Normally I think I'm quite a positive person, but lately I have had a lot on my mind. I'm worried about my future. I don't know exactly what I should do next or where my life is going, and I really want to be independent and be able to support myself. But okay, I don't want to make this video too heavy. I'm just telling you how I really feel, and honestly sometimes when I talk to the camera I feel like I'm just sending my thoughts out into the universe. I don't know even now if anyone is going to watch this part until the end. Maybe I'm literally talking to nobody right now, but if even one person is still watching, please leave me a comment. You can literally just say hi. It would really mean a lot to me and give me some motivation to keep going. And if you genuinely want to support me and my channel, I also have a buy me coffee link in my profile. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.